Good morning. What's up, y'all? This your girl, Pastor Jude. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not even sure if anybody's up this early, but we are in day 2, or we're starting day 2 of our prayers for, or praying through financial breakthrough. And so this is day 2. So I'm going to just lift up the prayer. You all can catch the replay and share it out with folks. But as I said yesterday, that we were going to be up praying every morning for financial breakthrough. So our scripture this morning comes out of Proverbs 22. And it lifts up the borrower not being servant to the lender. And so this morning's prayer around financial breakthrough is that for all of you, and myself included, who have what do you call that? I'm losing my train of thought. For everyone that is dealing with debt, that's what I'm trying to say. Everyone that's dealing with debt of every kind, this morning we are praying for God to not just release us from the debt, but also to help us with making decisions about staying out of debt, as well as helping us to be disciplined to pay off debt, help us to look at our debt and really put a strategy and a plan together, because it is not the plan nor the will of God for his people to be servants to the lender. So that's Proverbs 22. So the scripture's been provided. So the challenge today would be to meditate upon the text, of course, but also think about your debt. Think about the ways in which you're in debt. And remember, yesterday we talked about it being an invitation, that this season is an invitation for financial breakthrough, and that we're going to trust God on a new level. We're going to believe for the turnaround, for the breakthrough, but we're also going to do what's necessary. And so this morning's challenge, or this morning's invitation, I'll say that invitation is an invitation for you to consider what your debt is, consider what you owe, who you owe, and really think clearly about getting out of debt. But also be very clear to stay out of debt. A wise old man, and he was a wise old man, shared with me and some other people in a session one time that you cannot borrow your way out of debt. You cannot borrow your way out of debt, meaning that you can't borrow money in order to get out of owing money. And so that's not necessarily the number one strategy. Some people try it, but we want to really become debt free. We want to get to a place where the debt is not running us. The debt, and there's some healthy debt. There's healthy, and the word DEBT, there is healthy debt out there. But I'm talking about the kind of debt that you're a servant to, and that's what Proverbs is lifting up for us today, that we don't want to be a servant or a slave in bondage to the lender, to the debt that we have. We want to be free. And so while we can have some healthy debt, we don't want to be in debt to the point that it becomes a noose around our neck, or it becomes bondage. It causes stress. It causes anxiety. And so this morning's prayer will be focused around not just debt freedom, but also for us to think about the debt that we have, how to put a strategy together to get out, right, to pay it down. We're asking God for even some supernatural releases, but also how not to get back into it, right? How to trust God in whatever season you're in, to trust God in this season, that we don't make the decision to go back into debt, that we don't try to borrow our way out of this, but really think critically, but also invite God to give us instruction on how we can get out of debt. Myself included, recently, and I was just sharing with a friend of mine yesterday. I took some drastic